KTVO, Kirksville, Quincy, Keokuk, and Ottumwa.
This is Extra Effort News with Marlene Spees, Beth Campbell, and John McConnell.
Missouri 2nd District Rep.
Watching KTVO, Channel 3. Now, from across the heartland and around the world, this is News for the Heartland Late Edition with Marlene Spees, Chris Hunt, Chris Gentry, and John McConnell.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. If you work at a military base or North...
You are watching KTVO, Channel 3. Now, from across the heartland and around the world, this is News for the Heartland Late Edition with Marlene Spees, Chris Hunt, Chris Gentry, and John McConnell.
Hello, I'm Marlene Spees.
And I'm Chris Hunt. Former President Reagan has ended a day of testing.
You're watching the Heartland's News Channel, KTVO. Now, Channel 3's award-winning regional news team brings you News 3, Weekend Edition.
Good evening, I'm Tracy Hutchins. Curbside recycling will begin tomorrow for...
From KTVO, Kirksville, Ottumwa, this is your source for local weekend news.
And good evening, everyone. I'm Carlos Correa.
Covering the heartland for 50 years, this is your source for local news, Weekend Edition, with Tracy Crockett, weather with meteorologist Zach Brown, and your weekend sports with Eric Ullman. KTVO, your source for local news.
From KTVO Kirksville, Ottumwa, this is KTVO News at 10, because accuracy matters.
Good evening, I'm Emily Finnegan. Iowa lawmakers are about to begin...
This is KTVO's Good Morning Heartland.
Once again, I dropped the ball.
Starts right now.
This is KTVO News at 5. Expect more.
First of all, Marlene, you might be surprised at what a few...
This is Southeast Iowa's own KTVO, CBS 3.2 News at 6:30.
Good evening, I'm Ashley Hoke in for Jacqueline Schutte. Students at...
This is KTVO News at 10. Expect more.
Good evening, I'm Caitlin Berry. New tonight, 4 teenagers are recovering.
This is KTVO News at 10.
It is possible that this was terrorist related.
This horrific murder underscores that we are at a time of war.
I'm John Garlock. They're talking about Wednesday's shooting in Southern California.
Stories and meteorologist Relly Finnan will have your Storm Team 3 forecast for Thursday, March 22nd, 2018. Facebook founder and CEO Mark Zuckerberg speaks out for the first...
Sinkhole appears at a local intersection. Where that is and how long it'll take to fix. The news starts right now.
With the exclusive story of behind-the-scenes tension in the battle to contain the coronavirus, with a former top Trump administration official claiming the Centers for Disease Control lied to the president and other health officials. We have CDC's response straight ahead.
Southeast Iowa's own evening news starts now. Good evening. In just the past few minutes, Wapello County officials...
Good evening, I'm Ashley Hoke. Thousands of Heartland residents packed down.
A man now charged in the stabbing death of a Kirksville teen this week. The charges he faces this morning. Plus, which party do Americans identify with? And does it matter? We'll show you the results of a new survey and the impact of a momentum shift in politics. These stories and more, plus meteorologist Hagen Zinnicker with your Storm Team 3 forecast. It's Thursday, October 10th, 2024, and GMH starts right now. Well, good morning, Heartland. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for joining us, everyone. I'm John Redfield. Off the top at 5, our stretch of quiet weather.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us. I'm Nick Todorovich, and for John Garlock. Our top story tonight at 6, a Southeast Iowa man has been...
Starts right now. Good evening, Heartland, and thank you for joining us. I'm John Redfield. Our top story tonight at 6:30, a Southeast Iowa man has been sentenced to 40 years in federal prison.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Trey Wiggins.
The most trusted news from the Tri-State starts now.
Well, good morning, Tri-States. Great to have you join us this morning on this December 9th, 2024. My name is Jordan Barr, along with our weather team, Chief Meteorologist Matt Gunn. And we have a new face here on this television station, at least, meteorologist Tegan Orpit. Good morning, Tegan.
The most trusted news from the Tri-State starts now.
Thanks for joining us, everyone. I'm John Garlock. Off the top at 5, we have some changes to our newscast to tell you.
KTVO, Kirksville and Ottumwa.